What is going on, guys? Welcome to Gums Videos. My name is Kyle Gupper. Today I'll be reviewing Hidden Figures. This is a movie I was kind of nervous about because I saw the trailer. I was like, yeah, and then I saw January. I was like, oh. Hidden Figures is one of those movies, actually one of the very rare movies I've actually watched and analyzed. I'm like, wow, I don't have a lot to talk about. One thing that I actually did really well is that it kept me in belief that was in the 60s, like the costume design and all that stuff. I was like, I did not one moment, I was like, okay, this is actually 2016 or this was 2017. So I did that really well. And the racial stuff, this is like my biggest positive to the movie, because every racial movie I see that has to do with racism and stuff like that always goes to, I know this is true, so don't start hating me. The physical violence and stuff like that. I know that's a real thing, but when you see it 1,000 times in film, you want to see a different way or a different spin on it. I mean, it's kind of the same thing, but it doesn't focus on the violent stuff because it's PG. So they focus on the more small stuff, and it was actually done really, really well because the small stuff started pissing me off in the right way. Like Catherine, the main character, is helping them. She's like a huge role helping getting a man into space, but they still have a problem with her drinking coffee from the same thing. It like pissed me off in the right way, so I'm gonna have to give him props for that. I'm gonna have to bring this up because this is how I feel, but I'm gonna like skim over it a little bit because it gets a little political in a way. One thing that bugs me when women are the main characters, I swear to God, I don't care when women are the main characters. It just bothers me when they make the biggest fuss about it, like, look, we're women, look, all mighty and powerful. I don't give a shit. They didn't do that in Star Wars. Twice they didn't do it in Star Wars, and you know why? Because they're characters. This didn't do that, so I'm really happy about that. Another thing they avoid that most female-led movies do is they make men look like shit. They didn't do that, and I was really happy. So that's all I'm going to have to say about that, because I mean, there's guys that are total douchebags, but they're douchebags because they're racist, and racism is acceptable because it's 1961. Well, at least that's where it started. The main character, Catherine, I mean, I first thought she was pretty well fleshed out, but then when I started analyzing it again and again, she's kind of simple, but not too simple where I'm like, okay, she's flat, because they had layers in there. But I can't say the same with the other two characters, like I can't remember the names, Slender and Chunky. I feel like, for me personally, those two were just there to help move Catherine, or they were just there because they happened to be there in real life, which is cool and all, but I wish they would have given them more to do in the movie, because they felt like I said, they were just there. And plus, Slender, yet again, that's really effed up, was the stereotypical, like, oh, I'm a badass, well, I don't give a shit. But I can't really complain about that too much, because when she was with her husband, she was someone completely different. So that kind of speaks to her character, saying like, oh, I'm a badass in public with my friends, but when I'm not with my friends, I'm the sweet, innocent girl that just wants to get through these horrible times. And I was like, okay, so I can't complain too much about that. And the other one, I can fix cars, I can fix computers. I want to be in charge. Okay, so that's much for that. Other than that, the acting was pretty good, I'm not going to lie. But now, I'm going to have to go to the bads, which I'm just going to skim over because they weren't horrible. But like, there's just one thing I really have to bring up. With Catherine and her kids, I'm not going to spoil anything, but this exposition scene was so horrible. If you guys don't know what exposition is, it's basically where your characters are explaining plots through dialogue or speaking, and like, this one was so obvious, like, it didn't even seem natural. It didn't seem natural at all, and like, it took me out of the movie so quick. It was like, bruh, really? And it was, there was other ways you could have done it. They could have done it a little bit more subtle, and other than that, there was this character, I forget his name too, Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. Walking cliche. There's no real character development with him. He's just like, gives dirty looks, constantly tries to stop her. I mean, I get it, the racism thing, but that was all he had. Everyone else didn't, he was on screen more than everybody else, and all he was doing was just racial shit. And he was kind of getting offended because she was going higher than he really was, and she's smarter than he really is, and he's like, oh, F this, we can't have women in here, oh, we can't do this, when he knows that they need her. He knows that they need her, but he was like, bye-bye, I'm gonna make you keep doing this work that's obviously pointless, and boom, 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 keep taking it. So that did kind of bother me. Other than that, like I said, there's not too much to really talk about. So I'm gonna give this movie 3.5 out of 5 stars. I want to hear your thoughts down below, guys. Did you see Hidden Figures? If you didn't see it and you don't want to see it now, just go check it out, because listen, I'm in the minority here. So go check it out for yourselves, and I want to hear your thoughts down below, guys. I have a Twitter and Instagram, Gumps_videos. Go follow me there for the latest news and updates on my channel. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe and all that crap. Later and goodbye.